Morning YouTube, how's it going? Beautiful cold morning here, and today I'm doing probably a very ambitious flight plan. I'm planning on going to the west side of the Cascades towards the Seattle area, Whidbey, and my goal is to spend the night there on this beautiful little carved strip at Whidbey Island. It's called Whidbey Air Park. So we got the old lady ready, a bunch of gear that needs to get loaded, but that's not all. I want to land on a grass strip that when I learn about this place, it seems kind of crazy that even exists. On paper, it's simple. We'll just take off from Wenatchee, fly over the Cascades, get to the west side. I'm gonna try to hit 3 or 4 airports to get some stamps for my passport for the Fly Washington passport program. I'll talk more about that. Hit this crazy grass strip. Like I said, it's part of the US territory. It's part of the Washington state, but you cannot drive there unless you cross to Canada. So easier way, just fly there. So let's get her up in the air. She's loaded, pre-flight, good to go, and then we can talk more. Let's go. Alright, mixture, carb heat, maximum bows, trim, seat belts, doors, windows. Yo, Wenatchee traffic, Cessna 7427 Alpha, departure runway 30, straight out departure, Wenatchee. Let's go. Clear final, clear runway. Temperature is good. Wheels on the floor. Right rudder center line. Engine full power set. On the green. Airspeed's alive. Is off. Oil pressure is good. 500 feet. Thousand feet a minute. I love this cold weather. Let's go, old lady. Thousand feet. This is gonna be awesome. This never gets old, especially with the white top mountains. This is crazy. Well, here's the first airport that was supposed to land. And I'm turning into this canyon, but there's some fog in there. So let's do a fly over here, see how it looks like. It doesn't look much. I think we'll be okay, but I still have to lose quite a bit of altitude anyway, so we'll do a flyover and make a decision. Got a lady parked out there. Got my passport stamp. Fly Washington program. What a beautiful place. It's pretty impressive. The smell of cedar. I know there's a wood mill right by because I flew right over, but my God, it smells good out here. And look at this background. Not so bad. Old lady did great over the pass, smooth as glass. So just do a walk around, check everything, do my pre-flight, a run up, and to the next. 1 or 2 more stops before we go to the border. Hi. Oh, the runway we can. Not a long one. Full power set. Changes on the green. Airspeed is alive. Aim to the top of the trees. And we're out. Okay, I'm landing. Well, down here was butter. God dang. All right, second stamp is in the books. Man, they got crazy bumpy around that knob too coming in, but then once it got low, it was nice. Beautiful place, again, in the canyon. But you have a wind coming from there, and conflicts with that, it just rolls over. Felt like a little wash machine. But yeah, old lady's good. We still have about 21 gallons of fuel. So we're gonna bump into the next stop, and we're getting close. Stay tuned. All right, let's use all the runway we have. Rudder, power set, engines in the green, airspeed's alive. We'll keep a little ground effect. Let's build. There we go. Boy, this is a washing machine. Hello, neighbors. Oh, that's a mouse.
Ooh, my worst landing ever.
Well, we landed. Old lady was fine. It was all on me. We had a crosswind and I kind of held and then it kind of disappeared and sunk and I just bounced it. Yeah, it was, but we got it, we controlled. But look at this place, how cool is this? All the houses, they have their own hangars. Wow, what a dream would be this place. Amazing. But yeah, let's get some fuel and then we'll go from there. Get a stamp, of course.
Let's go. In the traffic, Cessna 7427 Alpha, departure runway 26, straight out departure, Lynden. Make sure curb heat, trim, fuel on both doors and windows. High rudder. Full set. Engines green. Airspeed's alive. That's that crosswind. And this is my borderline crazy plan here. Before I go to Whidbey, do my camping and hit a bunch of other cool trips on that side, there's this piece of land. I'll try to post a picture of Google Earth or something here for you guys to have an idea what we're talking about.
Area traffic, Diamond 3 Del Cirrus, just about to pass over the airport for a left downwind, 08.
But we're flying to a piece of ground that has a grass runway, an airport strip. It belongs to Washington State. It's part of the US, of course, but it's one of the 3 places in the US territory that you cannot drive there without going to our neighbors to the right there, Canada. We're literally 2 miles and the border is here parallel to our line. You can, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there, the border. So one of these places, of course, is Canada, Alaska, right? Up there, you know, you can't go unless you fly, boat, or you drive through Canada. Another is a piece of ground in Minnesota. It's called a
Diamond 3 Del Cirrus, left downwind, 08.
called the angle, northwest angle or something like that. For my friends in Minnesota, please correct me here in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think it's that. And the other one is here, Point Roberts. So when I learned about this place, and I don't know if you can see, like I said, I'll try to post it there. But when I got my passport,
turning base, up base, 08.
for the Fly Washington passport, I was looking at all the cool trips.
Turning final, 08.
And the places I want to go. And there are 3 that kind of stood out for me. One was just Tahikin, because it's an amazing place in my backyard. I have been there now 3 or 4 times. Love it. The other is Copalis Beach, where you'll be landing literally on the beach. I still haven't gotten there yet. I was planning to go there this weekend, but it's razor clam season, so it's gonna be pretty busy with people. And the other, I looked at the map many times and I could not believe it. Like, how the hell is this a thing? Like, why is this little itty bitty piece of land corner still part of the US and not Canadian? Turns out there was a treaty done back in the day that I think is the 40th 9 parallel was going to be the border, the division point here. And somehow that place kind of got forgot, that stuck out south of that line. So here we go. This is all new for me. Be flying over water quite a bit. Not a whole lot of altitude because there's class Bravo, Deltas, everything else around and above and whatnot. So I have fuel if I need to turn around or whatever for emergency. But we should be there in 12 minutes. Yeah, telling me to cruise below 45. But there's a delta here that is 25, so I'm keeping at 22,000. And this is it. We're gonna aim right there and see if we can land it there and get this one crazy stamp. Looks like the wind is coming from the ocean side here, then the seaside. So I'll fly over, check conditions, and then we'll go from there. All right, we are over the water. Let's go, old lady. We can do it. Not gonna lie, this is scary for me. Maybe some of you guys here local and more experienced and proficient pilots, this is nothing for you, but I'm stretching my limits here today for sure. And of course I choose a day. I quadruple check the wind and the weather. That's why we're flying hands-free here with no much issue. So if there was a day to try it, to stretch it, this is it. 10 more minutes. Let's go. Woo, we can glide there now. Maybe. Point Robert traffic, Cessna 7427 Alpha, 5 miles to the west at 1900 descending. We'll be overflying the field to check condition and set on a downwind for runway 34. Point Robert. Oh my goodness. Right there, I can see the tree line and the road and whatnot. There's that side is Canada, and just this little piece of chunk here is US. What a crazy place. Good crazy. Love it. There's the marina. I can see the hangar at the north side. You can see the runway. Wind is a bit all over the place. Oh, when we fly over here, we'll find out. Keep the nose up on the grass. Take your time. We're gonna pick our abort point, or go, no go.
Traffic, Bonanza Golf Romeo, East Sierra, crossing midfield to join downwind left for 29, full stop, Golf Romeo, East Sierra.
Point Robert, traffic, Cessna 7427 Alpha, crossing midfield, will be entering on the left downwind, runway 34, Point Robert. I don't see a SOX. I get over here. Oh, I see it. That's a crosswind. Great crosswind. Alright. Point Roberts, traffic 77427 Alpha, left downwind, runway 34, full stop, Point Roberts. Grass looks great. Freaking flying over the ocean. Holy shit. Gotta slow down. I've tied my seatbelts too much. Point Roberts, traffic 27 Alpha, left base runway 34, Point Roberts. Left crosswind, grass. I have my abort point picked here. Final clear. Point Roberts, traffic says a 747 Alpha, final runway 34, Point Roberts. We're in a stable approach. Keeping a little more airspeed. RV goes out, stays up, go around. For landing. Gotta keep that nose off. I didn't keep the nose much off at all. Oh, this is soft. We made it. Holy shit. Whew.
This is the stamp. Point Roberts. Let's get this guy done. We did it. We are at Point Roberts. Look at this runway. Freaking gorgeous. yeah, I think I already said on the video, but definitely totally different. That this is real grass strip. It's super lush and it slowed down really fast, but it's pretty smooth. I landed here with the old lady, small tires and the whole thing, so not an issue. You can land pretty much anything here, especially if you can land better than I did. I did not keep my soft fuel landing up to a standard today, but we'll see. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I'm thinking. Just incredible. So I'm gonna go to the shoreline, check that out, get a snack, get some water, come back, yeah, take off, cross the water again, and then bounce through another bunch of islands around Whidbey and set up camp at Whiskey 10 Whidbey Air Park, which is this amazing carved strip in the middle of the woods at Whidbey Island. So let's go. Pretty soon we'll be setting up camp.
Extra forage, carb heat on both, and trim set, both fuel, and seat belts. I have my abort point picked up. I'm gonna try to keep this nose off the grass. So, if we can get out now. We're landed. Point Roberts, traffic, Cessna 7427 Alpha, departure runway 16, straight out departure to the south, Point Roberts. Air looks firmer, wheels on the floor, our rudder.
Traffic, Cessna 172 Golf Sierra Papa, contact the Silverman Mills Bay and heading towards the airport for a crash.
There's the border. That's crazy. It's getting windy for sure. Alright, I had the plan to go hit 2 or 3 more trips here as I go down my way to Whidbey Air Park. But I'm getting tired. The winds are getting stronger. So I'm gonna go head south, go straight to Whidbey Air Park, and then set up camp, get some rest, and maybe at the end of the day maybe a sunset flight if the winds are good. If not, we'll hit some of those guys tomorrow morning. Alright, we're starting our descending here to Whidbey Airpark. About 8 miles out, that island right in front of us here. And that's where we're gonna call it home for tonight. And then going in the downwind, then 3-4, and get some rest. I'm tired. This is the most ambitious flight I've taken, trying to land in all these strips. And I actually scratched a couple that I was supposed to land on the way here. Valentine and Skagit. But yeah, I can go another time. So.
We're down. That was, yeah, I was very close to go around, but I knew I had enough room uphill. The runway is about 2,400 feet. But yeah, I'm tired, I'm beat, but got here, and then the only tie down is uphill, and I could not get her to go up by myself. I tried to get a couple of folks to help me out there, but they didn't seem very interested. So I pushed as far as my back would let me, and that's where she's gonna be. But she's good. It's not gonna be windy. I'm gonna camp right next to it. So now I'm gonna unload everything, set up my camp, and then get some food and a nap, probably. All right, let's go. Well, what a day. Got done writing my notes, pretty much just going through everything, debriefing each strip that I landed, how I felt, what I thought went good, what I thought went wrong or not good. Starting all the way from where I left in Wenatchee, crossing the Cascades, everything. The first airstrip that we landed today, Darrington, I rode it here. Everything felt good, just came in a little bit high. Could have been more stable on a better angle. But there were some trees that I was concerned about downdraft, so I held a little high, but not too bad. Concrete, very windy, crazy washing machine feeling like, but once I got straight, lined up, it was fine. Landing was okay and good, no problem. Lynden, yeah, approach was good, everything felt okay. I don't know if the houses and the size of the runway, the perception, I level off what I thought was low enough, but it was a bit high, and I held, and there was some crosswind, and then once I got below kind of the houses, it died, and then I didn't have enough energy, and I started going down, I guess, and just bounce. Um, Held it there, and it was okay. I'm gonna look at the footage there once I get home, and you guys will see it too. It wasn't good, but lesson learned. Uh, Point Robert, that was the approach. Landing was good. Uh, Everything felt okay. The slope, the angle felt stable. I was surprised how soft and grippy the grass was, I guess. Um, Landing on the east side of the Cascades, everything is so dry and packed and hard. I felt really soft, but I I look at quick at the 360. It wasn't as I didn't land as flat or as I thought. I actually landed on the mains fine, and just the feeling of it, that grass, never had that before. Now the takeoff was, yeah, that one. I didn't. I thought about it. I told myself, but I didn't say out loud. And this is part of my takeaways here. I did not compensate enough for the crosswind. I should have my wing into the wind a lot more than I did. And I felt the plane just getting pushed, and I started fighting with the rudder. I got off the grass pretty fast, but as I got pushed and the plane sunk a little bit and then leveled off again and finally got enough speed. But point being, should have compensated enough more for the crosswind, and should have kept more on ground effect and build a lot more speed before I start pulling the nose. I had plenty of room, and again, every time I don't say out loud, I don't voice it out loud, um, I seem to not execute. So yeah, and then coming in here, honestly, if I want to be candid, I should have gone around. I was not stable at all, and I had my go around point, and I gave myself an extra 30 seconds. I should have just punched it going around, but it was so gusty and pushy, and I knew once I get down below the tree level, the tree top, um, it would be fine. It would go away and be smoother. So I just gave myself an extra 30 seconds to see where I was going to be, pull the power, let it sink, drop a little bit. I knew I had this slope going up. I knew I had a long, more than enough runway to land a little long if I needed to. I landed a hair longer than I went, but not that much. But the approach wasn't stable at all, bottom line. I should have gone around. Yeah, so the takeaways that I wrote here, and I don't know, this might be dumb, but like I said, I only got my ticket 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago. I only have over 200 and few hours, and this is how I try to do things so I can learn. If you guys have any other tips, any things, just leave it there. I welcome all the information, all the criticism, and everything um, in this journey to get better. But I always try to debrief my trips, basically, and I write notes. This is my little book from work, and I just write a bunch of notes on it. So yeah, my takeaways is just focus on the corrections for the crosswind and vocalize them. Be patient on my round out. I've been trying to pull too soon and wait and just be too aggressive instead of just let that energy dissipate and then let it settle in. Um, Manage the energy in the slope. Just come in stable, but the speeds are off a little bit.
I could be more precise with my speed. And the last one I had here is to pick the aiming point and stick with it and trim for it so I can get the right slope and the speed. Wow. And yeah. Oh, and I wrote here, I got tired. Yeah, I had planned to land in 8 strips today. I ended up doing 5 because I was really tired, mentally tired, getting hungry, and I have never flown back to back to back to back strips like this before. I've done 2, 3. Um, Plus being on the west side, it adds a different level of uh, focus and stress for me. So yeah, other than that, great day. Got some good food in town. Got to meet a legend here at Whiskey 10 and Whidbey, Mr. Fred. Um, Let me change this. Yeah, like I was saying, overall, fantastic day. I learned a lot. It was crazy to land at Point Roberts. Got to meet some good people here. Uh, I'll post some pictures and stuff from town. Uh, the people at Whiskey 10 here would be Air Park are fantastic. I met Fred, as I was saying. He's kind of like a legend here. Tons of stories full all over the world and Africa. I mean, I could talk to that guy for days. The owners here that had a loaner car, I was able to go to town, grab a pizza. Fantastic community. So just thankful. Very, very, very blessed to be in this position to have this opportunity. So time to hit the bed and see how tomorrow goes. Might be foggy early, but it will clear up, and then we'll go home, or we might land some more strips. You never know.
Good morning. Cold night, cool night, but beautiful. Everything here is wet. So I start packing, and yeah, it took a little longer than I planned it. But fire's out, runway is clear, dead calm. I already pre-flight the old lady, check oil, fuel, all those things. I'm going to need, I could make all the way home with the fuel I have, but I probably stop and get a little more fuel just in case. Going over the Cascades, I should have an hour reserve. I dip it, I check it, but better more fuel than less fuel. So this is it. Beautiful, beautiful trip. We wrap it up here. Whiskey 10 at Whidbey Air Park. Phenomenal folks, phenomenal place. And now let's get up and go across to the east side.
Whiskey 10 traffic, Cessna 7427 Alpha, departure of the runway 16, departure straight out to the south, Whiskey 10. Power set. Airspeed's alive. this place is swirling. Right in the middle of it. A little more, and and we're getting to the dry side of the state here. And we made it through. There's the town of Leavenworth right in front of us. I start my descent here. Get to a lower altitude. Put on both tanks again. Get ready to land at home. Be anyone at you in no time.
We made it home. Old lady's back in the barn. Everything went as planned. What a smooth, fantastic weekend to fly, especially on the west side. The weather was great out there. Camping at Whidbey Air Park was fantastic. Met amazing people. Visit pretty super cool town. And but yes, the highlight, of course, is just landing at Point Roberts. What a crazy place to exist, and to have a beautiful grass strip there for us to be able to land. It was awesome. Yeah, looking forward to more. But now it's time to go home and spend some time with family. Happy Easter, everybody. See you up there.